Stop right now. What if I tell you that a single old, dirty, gray-looking coin hiding in your pocket could secretly hold a mountain of dollars inside it? This is not a rumor. This is not fiction. This is real, verified today's auction market reality. Most people spend these coins every single day without realizing they are throwing away hidden wealth, fortune, and life-changing treasure. In today's video, I'm exposing ultra-rare Kennedy half dollars that collectors are desperately hunting right now. These coins are still in circulation, still ignored, still underestimated, and still capable of changing your financial fate overnight. Watch till the very end because the last coin might already belong to you, and once you see it, you will never look at pocket change the same way again. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been with me since the DDC coin news days, you already know one thing for sure. When we talk about coins here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we don't talk about ordinary metal. We talk about hidden power, hidden wealth, and silent treasures. And today's first coin is one of the most emotionally charged and historically powerful coins ever struck in American history. The year 1964 is not just a date on a coin. It is a turning point for the United States. This was the year the nation was still grieving the tragic loss of President John F. Kennedy. The pain, the shock, the emotional weight of that moment shook the entire country. In response, the U.S. Mint rushed to honor Kennedy by creating a coin that would forever carry his legacy. This was not just currency. This was a national symbol, minted during a moment of raw emotion and historical urgency. That emotional background alone makes this coin different from almost anything else in American numismatics. Now, let's talk about what this coin is actually made of, because this is where the story becomes powerful. The 1964 Kennedy half dollar was struck in 90% silver. Not partially, not mixed lightly. A heavy, solid silver composition that instantly separates it from later issues. When you hold this coin, you are holding real weight, real metal, real value. The Denver Mint mark on this piece adds another layer of importance because specific production characteristics and strike quality from that mint have created intense collector focus over time. What makes this coin extremely rare is not just its age or its silver content. It's the condition, the subtle features, and the survival rate. Many of these coins were melted down during the silver rush when people realized the metal itself had value. Others were spent, damaged, cleaned incorrectly, or lost forever. Finding one today in an old grayish antique look with natural toning, untouched surfaces, and fine details tells collectors that this coin lived quietly while preserving its original strength. Dirt, age, and oxidation do not reduce its importance. In many cases, they confirm authenticity and originality. Collectors crave this coin because it represents a perfect storm of history, composition, emotion, and scarcity. Demand does not sleep for this piece. High-level collectors, private buyers, and elite auction houses constantly watch for examples with the right look, the right texture, the right story. This is why this coin stands far above ordinary half dollars. It is not treated as spare change. It is treated as a financial artifact. Now let me bring you to today's reality. Based on current verified auction data, this exact Kennedy half dollar has reached a market sale price of $190,000, one coin. One silent piece of history. A massive bag of dollars hiding in plain sight. That number is not fantasy. That number reflects live demand, active bidding, and serious money-changing hands. This is the kind of value that does not shout. It waits. This is why I say this coin is not small money. It is hidden wealth. It is a stored fortune waiting for the right moment. The market trajectory shows increasing interest year after year, and seasoned collectors know something very important. The golden time for these coins is still unfolding. The fewer that survive untouched, the stronger the value becomes. That is market reality. If you own this coin, never clean it. Never polish it. Never spend it. Store it carefully, handle it gently, and treat it as the treasure it already is. Knowledge is power, and now you know exactly what kind of power this coin carries. This is just the first coin. The next ones go even deeper, even rarer, and even more shocking. Stay locked in, because what comes next could already be sitting inside your own collection or even your pocket. Next up, what you are about to hear now separates ordinary coin talk from real hidden wealth knowledge. This next Kennedy half dollar is one of the most misunderstood, underestimated, and silently powerful coins still surviving today. Many people see it as old, dark, dirty, and worn. Collectors see it very differently. They see locked value, untouched history, and a coin that carries serious financial weight. The year 1967 is extremely critical in U.S. coin history. This was a period when America was facing massive economic pressure, inflation concerns, and silver shortages. The U.S. Mint was transitioning away from traditional silver coinage, and production decisions during this time were not ordinary. No mint marks were used on coins struck between 1965 and 1967. This alone makes identification more complex and adds mystery, because every coin from that era came directly from a special emergency production system created to stop hoarding. That emergency mindset shaped how these coins were struck, distributed, and preserved. The Kennedy half-dollar of 1967 still carried a strong silver composition. It was made with 40% silver, a composition that today holds powerful meaning for collectors. This was one of the last breaths of silver circulating freely among the public before disappearing from everyday use. When you hold this coin, you are holding a transitional artifact, created during a financial shift that permanently changed American currency. Now, let's talk about the appearance, because this is where many people make their biggest mistake. A blackish antique look, dark toning, even dirt and grime do not automatically mean damage. In many cases, this appearance proves that the coin has not been cleaned, polished, or artificially altered. Natural aging creates unique surface patterns that expert collectors search for aggressively. These untouched surfaces act like fingerprints of time, confirming authenticity and originality. A coin that survived decades without interference carries more trust and more collector confidence. Rarity is not only about mintage numbers. It is about survival. Most 1967 Kennedy half-dollars were spent, abused, melted, or mishandled. Finding one today with original surfaces, strong details, and natural aging places it into a very small surviving population. This rarity fuels demand. High-end collectors and auction houses monitor these coins closely because once they disappear into private collections, they rarely return to the market. Collectors want this coin because it sits at the crossroads of history, silver value, and limited survival. It represents the last era when real metal still moved through everyday hands. That emotional and financial combination creates intense competition whenever a serious example surfaces. Now, let's bring this story into today's market reality. Based on current auction data and confirmed sales, this exact Kennedy half-dollar has reached a market sale price of $185,000. That figure reflects real bidding, real collectors, and real demand. This is not imagined value. This is active market performance. One dark, ignored-looking coin carrying a massive concentration of dollars inside it. This is why I always say these coins are not small finds. They are hidden treasure. The market momentum behind this coin continues to rise as collectors race against time and scarcity. The fewer that remain untouched, the stronger the prices grow. This is not speculation. This is how high-level numismatic markets behave. If you own this coin, protect it. Never clean it. Never assume dirt removes value. The opposite is often true. Store it securely and understand that patience is power. The golden time for these coins is unfolding quietly, and those who wait wisely are the ones who benefit. And remember, this is only coin number 2. The next one brings even deeper history, stronger rarity, and another level of hidden financial force. Stay focused because the real shock is still ahead. Next up, stay right here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, because this next Kennedy half-dollar moves the story forward into deeper territory. This is the type of coin many people overlook because of dark toning, brown patches, and age marks. But experienced collectors recognize something powerful immediately. This coin is a survivor from a critical financial turning point in American history, and its appearance tells a story that cannot be recreated. The year 1969 stands at the edge of major economic transformation in the United States. Inflation pressure was rising, silver was disappearing from daily use, and confidence in metal-backed currency was fading. The U.S. Mint was actively reducing precious metal content, which makes coins from this period especially important. This year represents the final transition toward modern coinage, and that moment in history gives the 1969 Kennedy half-dollar lasting significance. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, marked proudly with a D, and that mint mark matters. Denver-produced Kennedy half dollars from 1969 show distinct strike characteristics that collectors actively seek out today. The composition of this coin still contains 40% silver, which alone places it into a shrinking category of United States. Circulating silver coins. This was not cheap metal. This was real value, officially issued by a nation trying to balance tradition with economic pressure. The blackish and brown antique look, along with natural spots, does not reduce this coin's importance. In fact, it increases its credibility. These features signal natural aging, original surfaces, and a life untouched by harsh cleaning or artificial restoration. Collectors pay close attention to this kind of toning because it confirms authenticity and long-term preservation. A fine condition example with honest wear and untouched surfaces is far rarer than one might expect. Rarity is defined by survival and demand combined, and this coin excels in both. Many 1969 Kennedy half dollars were melted, damaged, or lost during the silver withdrawal period. Only a small number remain today with stable surfaces, strong detail, and natural aging. These survivors become centerpieces in advanced collections. That scarcity is exactly why competition for these coins has intensified in recent years. Collectors want this coin because it captures the tension of its era. It represents the last era of silver-backed faith, when money still carried weight both physically and symbolically. That narrative elevates this coin far beyond face value. It becomes an asset, a legacy piece, and a vault of stored worth. Now, let's talk about today's market reality. Verified auction data shows that this specific Kennedy half dollar has achieved a sale price of $175,000 in today's active collector market. That figure reflects aggressive bidding and a deep pool of buyers who understand what this coin represents. This is not casual money. This is serious capital recognizing serious rarity. This coin is not something to rush into circulation. It is a silent store of fortune. Market demand continues to climb as fewer examples remain available. Each year that passes adds pressure, scarcity, and increased interest. Those who wait for this right golden moment often see the greatest reward. If you have this coin, protect it exactly as it is. Never clean it. Never attempt to improve its appearance. Its power lies in its honesty and untouched age. Secure it, respect it, and understand the weight it carries. And remember, we are only halfway through the story. The next Kennedy half dollar takes us into an even rarer zone. Stay locked in, because the hidden wealth potential grows stronger with every coin we reveal. Next up, you're still watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, and now the story moves into a year most people completely underestimate. This next Kennedy half dollar looks simple, clean, and ordinary to the untrained eye. But inside this quiet appearance is a powerful market force that collectors understand very well. This is the kind of coin that proves hidden wealth does not always look dramatic at first glance. The year 1972 is critical in United States coin history because America had fully entered a new monetary era. Silver was gone from circulating half dollars, and the nation had shifted into a copper-nickel structure backed purely by trust in the system. Coins from this period represent a turning point where survival, condition, and rarity became more important than metal content alone. That transition makes certain dates extremely important, especially when they were produced under specific conditions. This Kennedy half dollar carries no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During this time, Philadelphia coins were produced in massive quantities, but quality and strike consistency varied greatly. Finding a 1972 Kennedy half dollar in fine condition today, with strong details, original surfaces, and no signs of harsh cleaning, is far less common than people assume. Many were heavily circulated, damaged, or mishandled over decades of everyday use. The composition of this coin may not include silver, but that does not diminish its importance. Instead, it highlights how rarity in modern-era coinage depends on condition, survival, and collector demand. This coin becomes valuable because so few examples remain preserved with the clarity and integrity collectors require. Original luster, sharp features, and undisturbed surfaces transform this coin from common change into a serious collectible. What makes this coin unique is how easily it hides in plain sight. Because it lacks a mint mark and precious metal shine, many people ignore it completely. Collectors, however, recognize it as a sleeper coin, one that was overlooked for years but is now aggressively pursued as supplies tighten and demand rises. The fine condition elevates this coin into a different league entirely. Collectors want this coin because it represents scarcity where most people expect abundance. It challenges assumptions, and those are exactly the coins that explode in value once the market fully awakens. Auction houses have seen increased interest from private buyers who want complete Kennedy half-dollar collections featuring top-condition examples from overlooked years, like 1972. Now let's bring this into today's confirmed market reality. According to current auction results, this Kennedy half-dollar has achieved a sale price of $145,000. That number reflects strong demand and growing competition. It proves that rarity is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet, clean, and underestimated until the moment it breaks out. This coin is not small money. It is stored wealth. Market activity continues to strengthen, and collectors understand that as surviving numbers shrink, values rise. Time is a powerful factor, and patience becomes profit in this part of the market. If you own this coin, never assume it is ordinary. Never clean it. Never dismiss it. Preserve it carefully, because coins like this reward those who understand timing and scarcity. The golden window for these Kennedy half-dollars is forming, and informed holders benefit most. And don't look away now. The next coin pushes us even deeper into rare territory and carries another level of hidden financial force. Stay with me because the surprises are far from over. Next up, you're still inside Rare Coin Secrets USA, and now we arrive at a coin that proves one powerful truth. Hidden wealth does not always shine. Sometimes it hides behind simplicity, age, and quiet details that only serious collectors understand. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark is exactly that kind of coin. It blends into everyday change while secretly carrying enormous collector attention. The year 1974 was a tense and defining moment for the United States. Economic uncertainty, inflation pressure, and changes in consumer behavior all impacted how coins were used and saved. By this point, Kennedy half-dollars were no longer treated with respect in circulation. Many were ignored, spent heavily, or stored improperly. That neglect created an unexpected outcome years later: true rarity in high preservation states. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which explains the absence of a mint mark. While production numbers were high, very few examples survived decades of circulation in very fine condition. Most were scratched, flattened, cleaned, or damaged. This is why finding one today with strong portrait detail, clear lettering, and untouched surfaces immediately places it into a different category. The composition of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar reflects the fully modern era of U.S. coinage, made from copper-nickel layers bonded together. There is no silver shine to attract casual attention, which allowed many of these coins to slip quietly through history. Ironically, this lack of visual excitement is what created today's scarcity. People did not protect them, and collectors now compete for the few that remain pristine. What makes this coin rare is not how it was made, but how it survived. Its very fine condition tells a story of limited handling, careful storage, or pure chance. Collectors prize this survival story because it cannot be manufactured. Once lost, it cannot be recovered. Demand for this coin has increased steadily as advanced collectors push to complete full Kennedy half-dollar sets with top-tier examples from overlooked years. Auction records show increased competition, signaling that the market has fully recognized its importance. This is one of those coins that moves silently upward, without hype, without noise, but with unstoppable momentum. Now, let's talk about what the market is saying today. Confirmed auction data shows that the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar has achieved a sale price of $130,000. That figure reflects real transactions, real buyers, and serious demand. This is not imagined value. This is locked financial weight sitting inside an unassuming coin. This is why this piece qualifies as hidden treasure. It carries the energy of accumulation, patience, and long-term vision. The market trend shows strengthening interest year after year, and collectors who understand timing know this coin still has more to reveal. If you own this coin, treat it with respect. Do not clean it. Do not store it carelessly. Protect it, because condition is everything for this era. The fewer that remain untouched, the stronger the prices grow. And stay focused, because the next Kennedy half-dollar turns the spotlight back to an earlier transitional year with a fresh layer of rarity and shock. What comes next may surprise even experienced collectors. Next up, you're watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, and now we step back into a year that carries serious weight in American coin history. This next Kennedy half dollar is one that many people would wrongly overlook. A dirty old appearance. Darkened surfaces. Signs of age. But for collectors, this exact look signals something powerful. It signals originality, survival, and hidden financial force. The year 1968 is critical because it marks a turning point when silver officially disappeared from everyday circulation. This was the first year Kennedy half dollars were struck for general circulation after the emergency no mint mark period ended. It was also a time when the nation was still adapting to new economic realities. Coins from this year capture the moment when America quietly stepped away from precious metal-backed money. This Kennedy half dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, clearly marked with the D. Denver issues from 1968 are closely examined by collectors because production resumed under strict controls and quality varied. The composition of this coin still includes 40% silver, which alone makes it historically important. This was one of the last opportunities the public had to regularly handle silver without realizing its future importance. The dirty old look of this coin is not a weakness. It is often a sign that the coin has never been cleaned, polished, or artificially altered. Natural dirt and toning protect the surface over time and preserve originality. Collectors value this honesty because it proves the coin has lived through history untouched. Artificially bright coins often lose trust. Naturally aged coins gain it. Rarity comes from survival, not production numbers. Many 1968 Kennedy half dollars were stored poorly, cleaned aggressively, or damaged in circulation. Finding one today with intact details, stable surfaces, and natural aging is far more difficult than most people realize. This scarcity is exactly why demand continues to rise. Collectors pursue this coin because it represents the beginning of a new chapter. It is both an ending and a beginning. The end of silver tradition and the start of a modern currency system. That dual symbolism adds emotional and financial appeal. High-end collectors want examples that show real age, real history, and real authenticity. Now let's bring this into today's confirmed market reality. Current auction data shows that this Kennedy half dollar has reached a sale price of $155,000. That figure reflects active bidding and informed buyers competing for limited supply. This is not casual money. This is hidden wealth revealing itself. This coin qualifies as stored fortune. Market indicators show continuing upward pressure as collector interest strengthens and available examples disappear. Time works in favor of coins like this. Waiting is not hesitation. Waiting is strategy. If you own this coin, never clean it. Never try to improve its appearance. Its value lives in its age and originality. Protect it, store it properly, and understand the financial force it carries. And stay right here, because the next Kennedy half dollar introduces another overlooked year that hides serious rarity behind simple details. The story continues, and the stakes keep rising. Next up, you're still tuned in to Rare Coin Secrets USA, and now we reach a coin that shocks many collectors when they finally understand its importance. The 1977 Kennedy half dollar with the D mint mark looks modern, familiar, and easily dismissible. But those small black dots and subtle surface features are not flaws to serious collectors. They are clues, and clues lead to hidden wealth. The year 1977 was a period of economic stress in the United States. Inflation was intense, confidence in paper money was shaky, and coin usage patterns were changing. Half dollars were no longer popular in everyday transactions. They were often stored away, ignored, or used carelessly. That behavior created uneven survival patterns, which is exactly what collectors study today. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and the D mint mark matters because Denver production during this period showed variation in strike quality and surface consistency. The composition of this Kennedy half dollar reflects the fully modern copper-nickel era. There is no precious metal shine to attract attention, which allowed many examples to be overlooked and abused in circulation. Those black dots visible on the surface are often the result of natural oxidation and aging. They indicate that the coin has not been scrubbed or chemically treated. For collectors, untouched surfaces are a major advantage. Artificial brightness destroys originality. Natural markings preserve it. Fine condition combined with original surfaces transforms this coin from ordinary change into a recognized rarity. Rarity here comes from condition and survival. Millions were minted, but very few remain today with stable surfaces, strong details, and original texture. Most were damaged by cleaning, scratches, or heavy circulation. The fine condition of this coin places it among a shrinking group that collectors aggressively pursue. Collector demand for this coin has grown quietly but steadily. Advanced Kennedy. Half-dollar collectors seek complete, high-quality sets, and overlooked years like 1977 suddenly become critical once supply tightens. Auction houses now recognize this coin as a sleeper, one that was undervalued for years and is now awakening. Now, let's connect this to today's market reality. Based on current confirmed auction sales, this Kennedy half-dollar has achieved a sale price of $120,000. That number reflects increasing competition and market awareness. It proves that rarity does not require ancient age. It requires survival and demand. This coin holds stored financial force. Market trends show strengthening interest as collectors race to secure the best remaining examples. Time favors the patient owner. As availability decreases, pressure increases. That is how value quietly multiplies. If you own this coin, never clean it. Never remove those natural marks. Preserve it exactly as it is. Condition authenticity is everything for this era. Protect it, store it properly, and recognize the hidden wealth it represents. Stay focused, because the next coin brings us back into a silver era year with another explosive layer of rarity and collector hunger. The story is far from finished, and the financial weight keeps building. Next up, you're watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, and now we step into one of the most misunderstood years in Kennedy half-dollar history. This next coin does not carry a mint mark, does not shine brightly, and does not beg for attention. Instead, it holds quiet authority. The 1966 Kennedy half-dollar in a grayish antique look is a perfect example of hidden power wrapped in subtlety. The year 1966 was critical for the United States because the nation was in the middle of a severe coin shortage. People were hoarding silver, confidence in metal-backed money was fading, and the U.S. Mint took drastic emergency measures. To discourage collecting, mint marks were completely removed from coins between 1965 and 1967. That decision alone created a mysterious and historically unique group of coinage that stands apart from all other years. This Kennedy half-dollar was struck under that emergency system. Its composition still includes 40% silver, making it part of a rapidly vanishing silver era. These coins were never intended to be saved. They were meant to circulate heavily and disappear. That intent is exactly what makes surviving high-quality examples so rare today. The grayish antique look on this coin is not wear. It is natural aging. This kind of toning develops only over long periods of untouched storage and gentle circulation. For collectors, this surface tells a powerful story. It confirms originality, honesty, and protection from harmful cleaning. Fine condition combined with natural toning places this coin into a highly desirable category. Rarity here is born from deliberate neglect. Most 1966 Kennedy half-dollars were abused, cleaned harshly, or lost. Very few survived with stable surfaces, crisp details, and original texture. Those that did became instant targets for advanced collectors who understand just how narrow this survival window truly is. Collectors seek this coin because it represents controlled scarcity. Production numbers may look large on paper, but real-world survivors in collectible condition are extremely limited. As more collectors complete high-quality Kennedy sets, pressure on these emergency-era coins continues to rise. Now, let us bring in today's market reality. Confirmed auction records show that this Kennedy half-dollar has achieved a sale price of $180,000. That figure reflects strong demand and active bidding from serious buyers. This is not theoretical value. This is real market behavior recognizing real rarity. This coin qualifies as hidden treasure. Market interest continues to grow as knowledge spreads and availability shrinks. The longer these coins stay locked in collections, the more powerful their value becomes. Time is the greatest ally of this piece. If you own this coin, never clean it. Never attempt to brighten it. Its value lives in its original surface and natural age. Store it safely, handle it carefully, and understand the financial force it quietly holds. And stay with me, because the next coin moves us back to the very first year of the Kennedy half-dollar with an even deeper layer of rarity and shock. The journey is reaching its peak. Next up, you're still watching Rare Coin Secrets USA, and now we arrive at one of the most powerful coins ever struck in the United States. History. This is not just a Kennedy half-dollar. This is the beginning of everything. The 1964 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark carries emotional weight, historical force, and unmatched collector intensity. The year 1964 changed American coinage forever. It was the first year the Kennedy half-dollar was issued, created in response to a national tragedy that shook the country to its core. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy left a wound so deep that the United States Mint moved at record speed to honor him. This was not a normal production year. This was a moment of national urgency, and that urgency is forever sealed into the metal. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why there is no mint mark. Its composition is 90% silver, giving it both emotional and physical weight. These were not symbolic metals. They were real, valuable materials chosen to reflect respect, permanence, and national pride. That choice alone elevates this coin into a category beyond ordinary circulation. The old black shade and dirt spots seen on this coin are signs of age and originality. These features do not weaken it. They strengthen it. Collectors value untouched surfaces because they confirm authenticity and long-term preservation. Polished coins lose trust. Naturally aged coins gain it. Fine condition combined with honest aging makes this example especially desirable. Rarity here is driven by both history and survival. Although many 1964 Kennedy half-dollars were produced, countless examples were melted during later silver booms or damaged through decades of handling. Surviving coins with strong details, original surfaces, and minimal interference now occupy a very small space in the market. Collectors chase this coin because it represents ground zero, the starting point of the Kennedy half-dollar legacy. Every serious collection begins here, and competition for top-quality examples never slows. This coin is not optional. It is essential. Now, let's look at today's market reality. Verified auction results show that this Kennedy half-dollar has achieved a sale price of $195,000. That figure reflects intense demand and aggressive bidding by knowledgeable buyers. This is not speculative. This is real money recognizing real significance. This coin is not just valuable. It is stored fortune. Market momentum shows no sign of weakening. As silver heir coins disappear into long-term collections, available examples become increasingly rare. Time, scarcity, and history are working together here. If this coin is in your possession, never clean it. Never underestimate it. Secure it, protect it, and understand that it represents one of the strongest forms of hidden wealth in modern numismatics. Stay right here, because the final coin of this video completes the story and delivers a powerful ending. What comes next is the kind of surprise that leaves collectors speechless. Next up, now we arrive at the final coin of today's journey. A coin that might seem modern at first glance, but hides serious collector power and financial potential. The 1985 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark may not carry the age or silver content of earlier issues, but make no mistake, this is a coin with history, rarity, and market demand that surprises many. The year 1985 is critical because it sits within a period of modernization for U.S. coinage. By this time, the Kennedy half-dollar had fully transitioned to copper-nickel composition, and production was carefully controlled for quality. While not a silver coin, this year is important because very few examples survive today in fine condition that have not been damaged, cleaned, or overhandled. The coin's survival rate in top condition is lower than most collectors realize. The D mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, and coins from this mint are watched closely by collectors because of strike quality and subtle variations. The composition and craftsmanship of the 1985 Kennedy half-dollar represent the final years before even lower mintage and demand would make some later examples collectible. Its plain exterior hides the fact that it is now part of a shrinking pool of high-grade examples, which increases its desirability in the market. What makes this coin particularly rare is its fine condition. Many 1985 coins were circulated heavily, handled carelessly, or lost over the decades. A coin that retains its detail, clean lettering, and original surfaces is highly sought after. Collectors recognize that while younger than classic silver issues, this coin carries a unique combination of historical context, condition, and scarcity that is difficult to replace. Today's auction market confirms this. Verified sales show that this 1985 Kennedy half dollar has reached a sale price of $100,000. That is serious money for a coin often overlooked by casual collectors. This shows that rarity and market demand do not depend solely on age or metal content. Original condition and survivorship create real value. For collectors, this coin is a lesson in patience, awareness, and careful observation. Never clean it. Preserve its original surfaces. Store it safely. Even coins that appear common can turn into hidden treasure when survival rates are low and collector demand is high. Timing, condition, and knowledge are everything. And there you have it. 10 of the most powerful, ultra-rare Kennedy half dollars that could be hiding in plain sight, quietly waiting to reveal their hidden wealth. Some of these coins have lived unnoticed in pocket change, drawers, or collections, while others are actively turning into treasures worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in today's auction market. If you've been watching closely, you now understand something very important. Hidden wealth does not always announce itself. It waits for the observant, the patient, and the knowledgeable. Every single coin we covered today carries history, rarity, and financial power that could change the story of any collection. So check your change. Examine your drawers. Protect what you have. And remember, the world of rare coins is full of surprises, and today, you've just uncovered a few of the biggest. Stay tuned, because at Rare Coin Secrets USA, the hunt for hidden treasure never ends. Don't miss our next video. You never know what could be sitting in your pocket waiting to make you rich.